Hello and welcome to this video about the eyes. I'm going to share some acupressure points and exercises and how to take care of the eyes. So before we start, rub the hands warm and just cover the eyes. This is called the Bates method. So as well as warming and sending energy, it also gives you a blank canvas to look at, and just you stare into infinity basically. So it's the same as looking in the horizon, where it's a nice mountains in the background or something. Your eyes just take in all that information without effort. Okay, so let's get into the acupressure. Rubbing the hands again. And then massage back. So as we clear the sinuses or any stagnant fluids, very gently brush across the eyes here. Helps the energy to flow. And you can also massage behind the neck. So the occipital nerve goes around from the eyes to the back. So you actually benefit the eyes by massaging back of the head. Even just holding the hands there, your hands act as a conductor or insulator of energy. And then you can massage around the ears with Spock hands. And the tip of the ear, which is the ear acupressure point for the eyes. And then we'll massage under the iris, so directly under the iris. Just press and massage circle very gently. And then move to the side. So you've got one point next to the eyebrow and another next to the eye. So you can press both at the same time. Or just do one at a time. A little bit of one and the other. Then in the center of the eyebrow there's another point. So you can use one finger just to circle, or press and release 5 times. And then on the center of the eyebrow, so here as well. And then in the center of the eye, but you push inwards rather than towards the eye. So just above the ridge of the nose. Breathe deeply and relax. Another point is above the iris. Just very gently, small circles. Trust the process and relax the shoulders, give them a rest. Take a nice deep breath. Now, on this side of the hairline, you feel a small ridge. This is a good point for the eyes as well. I will just massage the shoulders at the top here. When the body is tense, sometimes it affects the eyes. So another point is in front of the ear. So you've got the hollow part, and it's just under the hollow part when you open your jaw. Literally one finger underneath that point. So press and release or circle. Okay. Fruit fly flying across because I've got fruit everywhere. Trying to clear it up, but they stay like after you've got rid of the fruit. So massage also here, just to circulate, and behind the ear, press and release. So anything that's good for the brain is good for the eyes. Getting circulation going, relaxing, breathing deeply. And relaxing your focus, so every movement is alive in your eyes, and we're like a camera. We are moving with the picture. There is no outside and inside. So we start to develop a sense of connection with the world through the eyes. Because sometimes we stare at a screen, or we get this static view of separation, or even watching the waves of the sea. You forget that you're part of this energy. So that's just part of being aware. So mindfulness and watching the birds is actually really good for the eyes, because it's smooth pursuit. So when your eyes follow an object, it's basically following consciousness, and that is so easy for the eyes to follow. Whereas if I say look from the left to the right, the eyes sort of jump because there's nothing to focus on. So there's an easy technique to train the eyes where you look at a point, draw a point on the wall, or look at some point, and then turn the head while looking at that point. So I'm just looking at the camera, and then up and down. You might want to be a bit further away than I am to the point, so you can experiment also with distance, move further from the point and closer, and then also practice with words. So if you print or get some written paper and put it on the wall, try and read it, and then step back where you just can't see the word, and then step forward one step, and keep practicing to train the eyes, the depth perception, and then also the left and right is for the smooth pursuit, and up and down. And you can also do looking from the left and then move back and forward, and then the right. So that's training the peripheral or the side vision. Peripheral vision is something else where we see out of the corner of the eyes. So you've got like here, then here, then here. And you can try with your hands open and keep looking at the hands. So it relaxes your focus. The third eye point as well is another point to relax your attention. So you can massage here, or you can just tilt the head slightly and your eyes will naturally look to that point. And so when you look at the words or points, you can imagine that they're alive and moving or vibrating. A bit like if I say, picture the first letter of your name, and then imagine that letter moving. So where is it in your head, and then can you move it around? So the eyes start to follow the letter, and this trains our coordination so that when you're looking at things, well, things don't really exist, but energy, then you have coordination with it, with yourself really, but introspection, and also remain grounded in the body. Well, this helps, so just remember that the eyes are connected to the organs, like the liver, which feeds it the vitamin A from fruits like oranges, anything orange or red, which has beta carotene, and that converts to vitamin A. The kidneys nourish the eyes as well because they transform fluids. The lungs help as well, and so the lungs are the white part of the eye. the liver is the colour, the kidney is the dot, the iris, and the stomach is the muscle. So the spleen is the top and the stomach is the underneath, and then the kidneys is also the inner part of the underneath, and the liver is the outer side of the underneath, reflecting how it is in the body. And then you've got, so there's a thing called face reflexology also, which is different to meridians. Meridians are just energy pathways, and neurovascular points is another thing you can learn about, where you just hold a certain area and it will, I mean, you can do it anyway, and it'll just, the same point will be reflected in the body, so the energy is encouraged to that area. So like the back of the head will be the kidneys, the sides here will be the stomach or the intestines, the lungs will be around the nose. So you start to see, even if it's not an exact map representation, because a lot of the maps are different, but that's because it's based on energy and how the energy might reflect. And it does, so because the mind and body are one, so there's a connection there. So just going back to the eye practices, actively focusing means looking at things with active focus, but not statically focused, like staring. So you, in a way, it's just remembering to be present and see what's really there. And blinking enough is also important, because blinking refreshes the eyes. Sleeping enough, even though when we sleep we do get bags under the eyes because we're not blinking at that time, so the fluids can accumulate, so that's normal. But in the morning, if you want to get rid of that, you can use a cold spoon or a cold cloth, and that sometimes constricts the blood vessels and gets rid of them. But it's just a natural thing, so take care of the organs, the kidneys especially, which process the fluids and will get rid of water retention. Don't overeat on, or don't eat any refined salt or carbohydrates. If you can, eat fruits, because they have the exact nutrients that we need. And some greens, tender greens can be good sometimes. And yeah, acupressure for the eyes is here, and also at the tips of the fingers where the face is. So here,